Good morning, class. Today we are in Saxon Math Book 3, Lesson 32, which is reading and writing numbers up to 999,999. Those are some big numbers. So we're going to start with looking at our place values. If you see over here, we've got ones, tens, hundreds. Most of you even know thousands. After thousands, then we have 10,000s, and then 100,000s. Those are our new place values. So if I were to put some digits in here, let's just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What I have here is one really large number. So to help organize us a little bit, to make it easier to read these really big numbers, mathematicians decided every 3 digits, we're going to separate with a comma. So we start from the ones and we count 3 digits that way. And then here in between the hundreds and the thousands, we put a comma. So now, in order to read this big number, we read left to right, just like we read letters, but we only read 3 digits at a time. So I'm going to cover these 3 up, and we would just say this number, which is 123. At the comma, we say the word thousand. So we would read this as 123,000, and then cover this up and we read the rest, 456. So to put it all together, it's 123,456 is this big giant number, okay? So types of questions that you might see concerning this. I'm going to take these digits away because we may use that again. So what you might see is maybe they give you this and they say, put the comma where it belongs. Well, we do commas every 3 digits starting from our ones place. So 1, 2, 3 digits, my comma would go right there. Another one of that might be this number. Put the comma where it belongs. 1, 2, 3 digits, comma. And finally, let's get rid of the comma and just add a digit here. This number, where does the comma go? 1, 2, 3 digits, it goes in the same place, even though we added another digit there, okay? So your book compares this to the odometer reading on a car. And the odometer is the little place on your car's dashboard that tells you how many miles that car has ever been driven in its entire life. So the odometers of our cars here in the United States are measured in miles. And they have place values. They're not labeled like this, but there is a spot for 6 place values on an odometer, because it's not uncommon for cars to be driven 200,000 or more miles. So we're going to pretend that this is an odometer. I'm going to leave the place values here to help us out to start with. And here's our next example. The Johnsons bought a new car 2 years ago. Now, 2 years later, the odometer shows this. How far has the car been driven? Well, we're going to have to read this number. So remember, we say 25,786. Do you see the 0 here? In the odometer in the book, it has a 0. My odometer in my car, it doesn't put zeros before the digits, but in our book example, it does. What I want to point out to you is that this 0 is not necessary. When we're writing this number, we don't have to have the 0. We can just say 25,786. What we do need is our comma to separate our groups of digits. Okay? A mile is 5,280 feet. So I say that rather casually, but that is something that you should commit to memory, because from now until the end of your math career in high school, your math books are going to be asking you how many feet are in a mile. So let me say that again. 1 mile equals 5,280 feet. Okay? That's a lot of feet. That's why a mile's so long. So they want us to write this with digits, which I just did. And then they want us to write that in expanded form. So 5,280, let me get my comma in there because I forgot that. And then expanded form, we're going to start with our biggest value, which is our 5,000s. And we write 5,000 plus our next biggest place value, 200, plus our next biggest place value, 80. And then we have our ones, but there's a 0 in the ones. So do I need to add anything here? Do I need to do a plus 0? What happens if I add 0 to a number? Nothing happens. Doesn't make a difference. So we don't even need to have that in our answer. This would be our expanded form. All right, the next type of problem that you might see is a comparison problem. So for this example, we have 35,498. And remember, this circle means we want to compare. Is it greater than, less than, or equal to? And the number we're comparing it to is 33,882. I want to start with my biggest place value. So that's going to be my 10,000s. 10,000 here, 10,000 here. So I have three 10,000s, which is equal to 30,000. And then I have 3 10,000s, 30,000. No difference there. So let's look at my next place value. I have 3,000s here and 5,000s here. Oh, 5 is bigger. We want to go after that bigger number. So we read it as 35,498 is greater than 33,882. All right, let's try a couple lesson practice problems here. I'll leave my information up on the board. You might want to add this to your math dictionary just so you can kind of get used to this number, 5,280 feet in 1 mile. So my first 2 problems are you just have to put in the comma. So rewrite these numbers, making sure to put the comma in the correct place. So there's the first one. And there's the second one. Go ahead and write those, put the comma in place. Riker, I'm going to come have you answer these on the board. Where does the comma go? All right, if you had the same answer, counting 3 digits and then placing a comma right here between the 4 and the 8, and in this one between the 0 and the 6, you would be correct. All right, the next problem is you need to use digits to write these numbers. So I'll say the number and you write it down using digits. Digits like this, not words, okay? So, Riker, come on over. The first number is 6,400. Try writing 6,400. And he remembered the comma. I don't know if you can see that, but he's got a 6,400. There you go. Make it bigger so they can see. 6,400. Okay, our next problem. 64,000. Write using digits, 64,000. And he's got it again, 64, comma, 000, 64,000. All right, I'll take the marker back because the next two are odometer readings. It says, write each of these odometer displays with digits, then use words to name the miles shown. So, the first one, we'll write it up here, is 003,748. So, you're supposed to write this using digits. Go ahead. Those of you at home, you should be trying this as well. Not words, using digits. That's okay. You can wipe it down. Digits. These are digits. I like how you remembered that we don't need to have the zeros before it. Yes, this is writing the number using digits. Now, those of you at home, I want you to read this number, or you can read this one up here. It's the same number. Read it using words. I'm not going to read it for you yet. I want you to try it at home. Riker, can you read this number?
3,748.
Yes, he's corrected his mistake there. He said 3,748. If that's what you said at home, you would also be correct. Okay, we're going to try one more like that. This one has an odometer reading of 2021 458. Okay, so this is the odometer reading. Go ahead and write that using digits. Try it at home. So he wrote 21,458, correct. And next we're going to read that number using words. So try it at home. What does that number say? Riker, go ahead.
21,450.
Yes, he said 21,458. If that's what you said too, virtual high five. Awesome. Okay, our last practice problem is a comparison problem. We are going to compare 68,329 to 69,235. So at home, decide, is this going to be greater than, less than, or equal to? Riker, what do you think? So then how would we read that? The whole thing. Start with the number.
68,329.
Is less than.
Then 69,235.
You got it. We can do a real high five. Awesome. All right, boys and girls, that's the end of our lesson. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.